Good afternoon, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for January 15, 2024. And in the news this afternoon, oil spill results in multi-vehicle crash on Spur Tree. One person has been rushed to hospital following an oil spill, which resulted in a multi-vehicle accident on the Spur Tree Hill main road on Monday morning. The accident, which involved at least 4 vehicles, occurred about 7 a.m. The news understands that scores of commuters, including school children, have been forced to walk 4 miles. The police and the firefighters are on scene, making attempts to remove the oil spill and wreckage. The accident-prone Spur Tree main road links Mandeville and its environs to St. Elizabeth and the Points West. Heavily laden, slow-moving trucks often hinder traffic on the steep, difficult hill, and there have been a number of fatal crashes involving trucks over the years. 33 murders in the first 13 days of the year. The first serious crime reported by the Jamaica Constabulary Force for 2024 shows that 33 murders were committed as at January 13, which is on par with the corresponding period in 2023. At the same time last year, the country had also recorded 33 murders. 13 of the 19 police divisions in Jamaica have had 1 or more murders since the start of 2024. The St. James Police Division, which led the country in murders for consecutive years, has seen 9 people killed so far this year, compared with 5 in 2023. St. Anne has recorded 5 homicides as at the period under review, whereas no murder had been committed in the parish up to that time last year. The Trelawney, St. Mary, Clarendon, Kingston Western, St. Andrew North, and the St. Thomas Police Divisions have 0 murders. Shootings have increased by 50%, with 39 incidents. There is also an increase in the number of injured persons, with 32 reports compared to 20 the previous year. Rape and robbery have declined. Where are the 200 NHT houses? Jess asked Prime Minister. People's National Party representative Zuleika Jess says Prime Minister Andrew Holness should tell National Housing Trust contributors whether they will get any of the 200 houses for which $650 million was advanced to developer Dexim Holdings. Jess, the caretaker for St. Elizabeth Northeast, made the call on Sunday while addressing supporters at a party meeting in Westmoreland for the presentation of candidates for local and general elections. Holness has direct oversight of the NHD, which is now facing scrutiny over the deal with Dexim. In 2016, the Andrew Holness-led government approved a $2.7 billion license to a company called Carousel, and this license was approved by Andrew Holness to an individual who the Contractor General found had adverse traces. 2 years later, the same Andrew Holness government used the NHD to approve an agreement for $2.5 billion for NHD money, your money, to be used to build houses by that individual who was a major stakeholder in the first company, Jess said. She noted that despite the NHD advancing Dexim $650 million, the state agency has not received any of the houses in the out-of-the-blue development in Discovery Bay, St. Anne. I call on the Prime Minister tonight because he, the Prime Minister, has direct responsibility to answer the question, where are the 200 houses that the NHD contributors should have gotten by now, Jess questioned. Yesterday, the news reported Dexim's attorney, Michael Williams, saying his client and the NHD reached a settlement regarding their dispute over the contract. The details have not been disclosed. In August 2019, the NHD and the Dexim Holdings signed a guaranteed purchase agreement in which the NHD committed to buying 200 houses at $12.5 million per unit for a total figure of $2.5 billion. The first deadline was 2021, but the deal was amended and the final delivery date set for August 2022. The NHD filed a lawsuit against the company in September 2022, alleging that after paying the company over $650 million, it was yet to get any of the houses, and that Dexim was selling lots assigned to it. Dexim disputed the claims and instead argued that its work was affected by the COVID-19 pandemic and the escalation cost. It said that the NHT would not lose any money because it took out a bond guaranteeing a refund. Dexim's CEO is George Neal. In 2016, the Office of the Contractor General told the Holness administration not to give a telecoms license to a company linked to him because of adverse traces against the businessman. Holness went ahead, but his administration was forced to revoke the license less than a year later. Miles urges action in Coralline Strays. A recent near miss with a cow had Deputy Mayor of Savannah Lamar, Ian Miles, renewing his appeal to the Westmoreland Municipal Corporation to reopen an animal pound for the parish and get the strays off the roads. With 3 fatalities last year and several people injured, he believes the facility is urgently needed. Since we met last month, there has been a fatal crash again due to stray animals. I myself could have been a victim of a crash with stray animals, but luckily I can drive, Councillor Miles of the Jamaica Labour Party, Little London Division, said at the last Thursday sitting of the Municipal Corporation. We cannot sit idly and watch as people are losing their lives while we here at the corporation do not institute this pound, he stressed. He spoke of the challenges being faced by drivers and the wider population. You don't see the cows until you reach them. They have taken over the streets of the parish, the deaths continue to climb, the associated burden on the lives of residents continues to be insurmountable, Miles bemoaned. He said, coupled with the loss of lives from crashes caused by the strays, residents continue to lose the fruits and the vegetables along with the domestic water they have purchased. The deputy mayor also pointed to the filthy mess untethered animals make on the roads, forcing some drivers to visit the car wash more frequently than desired. He argued that the pound is long overdue. It has been on the books for too long. It seems as if we are biting with gums and no teeth, Miles argued. He said farmers in the parish have no respect for law and order, and there is a challenge identifying a cow once it is involved in a traffic mishap. Whether it be branding, tagging, whatever it is, but we as a municipality must push for identification of these animals. The appropriate agencies are here to start the conversation in a meaningful and a serious matter, he said. Mayor of Savannah Lamar and the Councillor for the Negril Division, Bertel Moore, has for months indicated that discussions are underway for Pan Caribbean Sugar Company Limited to support the Council's effort to repair the existing pond. However, Miles is of the view that the facility is not large enough to accommodate the hundreds of stray animals roaming the streets. The old pond is there, and if you ask me, it's going to take some work, because that pond served the parish for decades, but now it is a different dispensation that we are seeing. The number of animals that are out there to be captured can no longer hold there, he reasoned. Pan Caribbean Sugar Company, he said, must join the conversation as additional land space will be required. While agreeing that the space is indeed limited, Moore said an auction system would keep numbers in check. To be honest, I do agree with you that the pond is small, but we are only keeping animals in the pond for a certain period of time. We're not going to have 200 animals in there. As soon as that 10 days is over, we will be auctioning them. I know it's small, yes, but we will have to move with what we have, the mayor explained. He gave an assurance that as soon as the corporation's new chief executive officer takes up the position, he would raise the issue. Let's jump on it ASAP so we can get it once and for all up and running, Miles urged. About 1 p.m. on Christmas Eve last year, 29-year-old Odin Dennison of Piper's Corner, Savannah Lamar, was riding his motorcycle along the road when he collided with a cow that walked into his path. The police were summoned and Dennison was taken to the hospital by a passerby. He later succumbed to his injuries. On July 30, the Westmoreland Police Division was plunged into mourning after 21-year-old Constable Tajay Ebanks died as a result of injuries he sustained when his service motorcycle collided with a cow in Little London. 3 days later, 22-year-old Christopher Samuels, otherwise called Delano of Darling Street in Savannah Lamar, was driving his Toyota Corolla Axio motorcar with 2 other people on board when, upon reaching a section of the Little London Main Road, a cow walked into the path of the vehicle, causing a collision.